Hello again, YouTube. This is Michael, and I am playing Ncaa Football 12, or was playing, as this is an after commentary. This is pretty much a video just for the impressions and giving you a little bit of information over Ncaa Football 12 and pretty much what it came to offer with and how what I thought of it during the demo. As you'll see, the Alabama Crimson Tide going against FSU. And this was actually a pretty okay game. My brother was playing it, and I got to play it after, as this is the game that I played after. And I was playing on Heisman, while I usually play on All-American when I was playing Ncaa Football 11, so excuse the bad gameplay. But as I'm saying here, they've made a lot of improvements in Ncaa Football 12. The opening here, pretty much just a little different. You know, there's more schools that have different openings. As you'll see, FSU has their opening right here. The lighting has become much better than what it was before. It's been pretty much upgraded, and the lighting just looks fantastic now. And they also have 3D rendered grass, so the dirt getting kicked up on the ground is actually now there instead of having 2D grass, which didn't actually kick up any type of dirt. It was just, or fake dirt, I should say. It would kick up fake dirt, and it didn't really look realistic. And this is just showing just a new wave of just next-gen games and how they've really improved over time, from seeing how things that were made in '06 now to see how they were made now, and looking at the improvements of what they've done in the games. And it's just really interesting overall. They still kind of have the same kind of opening here when they go over these the play of the game, or people to look for, though that you'll see different type of camera angles and different type of things that they're doing in the beginning to train, unlike last year where they'd be doing the same thing over and over again, like a continual cutscene, and until the commentator stopped talking. So they also worked on that, which is pretty good in my opinion. I do have to say though, the running in this game feels a lot more fluid than what they've worked on last game. Last game was pretty fluid, but you would find certain things in the game that would just put you back a little bit with the running. You know, you kind of get stuck on your own person, on your own defender, or blocker, I should say. Sorry. And you know, you wouldn't be able to go anywhere. And now they kind of cut that down a little bit and made it a little bit more fluid. As you'll see here, the home advantage is still in the game, which, if you don't know what home advantage is a little mode that you can turn on and off that allows the home team to get a little bit more of an advantage on offense and defense. And there's multiple things that they can do, as you saw there with Alabama Crimson Tide. Their play, when they tried to look at it, got all swiggly, as you'll see it here again, and it's not actually that bad, you know, because you can still see the routes clearly. But sometimes it can get very annoying, though it's not too bad. As I said, they can also, the home advantage can also cause ice the kicker, which can cause a kicker, you know, doing a point after touchdown, or PAT or PAT, to have the kicker meter get frozen and stop, and pretty much all you have to do is guess how good your kick is going to be. And it's not that bad also, because you can kick it at really low power and still get a good amount of the kick and still get it in. And so it can work out like that. Also, home advantage can work out as to say it can show the defenders' plays and offensive plays of the other team. So it's pretty cheap, but at least it's not online. So they still kept that in. A couple of things that they added. They added HDR rendering. As I said before, 3D grass, or 3 rendered grass on field surface. An even higher resolution crowd, which is something that from last year was something that they needed to improve on, because even though last year the crowd really wasn't important to really look at and just say, oh, that's you know, that's the biggest thing in the game, though it was still pretty weird to look at and see how the crowd was kind of like plastered there as if paper They have customizable team entrance music, which is something that is pretty cool. Now you can pretty much go ahead, if you had some NCAA song in the beginning and you didn't like that, now you can put some rock music, rap music, whatever you want to put into it, country, anything, and it just gives you a little bit more creativity. They also have dynamic pylon physics, which means that if you do dive into the end zone and you hit a pylon, which is those orange cones, no, not orange cones, those orange little pylons, the orange, I guess I can say eyes without a dot in the end zone, on the four corners of the end zone, you will be able to knock those over. So pretty much, you're probably gonna find a lot of kids online just trying to do that when they go and to get a touchdown. What else they added is dreadlocks hair option for player selection. Now, that's very cool that they added that in, though at the same time in the game, these guys will get, as we actually change to a different game here, the NCAA, the people from NCAA can get sued because they don't own all, like, the full NCAA just player license, I'm pretty sure. So they had to put, so they couldn't resemble the players exactly how they were. So they pretty much, put their face almost exactly the same, and then they added, things like dreadlocks. And there's a player in this game that doesn't have dreadlocks. I forget his name, but he doesn't have dreadlocks, and yet they put him in the game like that because they don't want to get sued. So, I'm pretty sure that's something that they can't do. So that kind of just takes away from the whole realism. But this game wasn't really meant for realism, was it? They've also added fog, and I haven't seen any fog gameplay yet. I want to see how that puts into the game itself. That would seem very interesting. I hope it's not too bad a fog that you get to throw it and you can't see where your receivers are. But I don't know how bad the fog is, how good the fog is, or how bad or good it is, yeah. And I'm not too sure exactly how they're going to deal with that in a way. I hope they kind of have like a different selection like they have with snow and rain, where they have, light, medium, and heavy. So heavy you barely see your receivers, light you see kind of the whole field, but you'll still see the fog. They also have player-fan interaction, so the players on the field can go up to the fans now. I'm guessing this can be during touchdowns as well as just cutscenes, as you'll see during cutscenes when they actually do have touchdowns after. But I'm not sure if you can get outside of the end zone, after a touchdown and actually talk to or go up to the fans and I guess jump up to them and whatnot, like they've done in Madden 09, and they allowed you to do that with the certain areas to actually press either the Y, B, or X button to do certain celebrations. And pretty much if you go ahead and reserve the copy of Ncaa Football 12, you'll receive a Nike Pro Combat uniform for TCU, Ohio State, Boise State, Pittsburgh, and Virginia Tech. And these are exclusive to GameStop, so you're going to have to go ahead and have to buy it from there. They're Nike Pro Combat uniforms, and they're built for speed, so I guess, they're kind of built a little bit more thin, and they look very good. You can also get them in the demo here by, I think, giving kind of like giving this game to your friend, not like giving it to them, but I guess telling them about it in a way. So that's also something that you can work towards and get them for the full retail version, which is something that I really like a lot, that you didn't have to like go ahead and buy it, that you could just get the demo version and have it. So I'm pretty excited for this game. It looks like a great game at this point in time. I played it. It feels so smooth. It feels better than last year. I can't wait for Ncaa Football's when it comes out. When it comes out, I can't wait for their Dynasty and their Road to Glory, as they've actually given out for Road to Glory a progression pack, which you don't have. It's not like a DLC, but it's literally progression packs where you go ahead and do certain things and do well in games, do well off the games in practice, and you'll get certain, I think, points towards progression packs, which will give you certain statistics, certain attributes increase from what they were before, and that seems very interesting. Seems like an interesting concept that they've added in. For Dynasty, it's kind of like NFL head coach. You're pretty much fully there. You feel a little bit more like you're in it. So you get to create your own kind of coach, which is pretty cool. And it seems as if you give you a little bit more creativity in the game. So I can't wait for these type of things to be actually in the game. It seems pretty just like the full game, the best full football game that you can get to date. It seems just great, and I can't wait for it to come out. If you liked the gameplay here, you should actually go ahead and download it yourself. It was a good game. Try it out yourself to see if you want to go ahead and buy it, because I know I am. I actually already pre-ordered it. So go ahead, get it, and I'll go ahead and get the demo. Not just go ahead and get the game, but go ahead and get the demo, and get up some room in your space in your Xbox and or PS3, because it's on both, and just play the game. You'll probably be impressed or not. Either way, it's just a demo, so you didn't have to buy the full game. But yeah, let me just go over a little bit of the gameplay that they've also just changed. The difference now, they've actually made the referee smarter, which is, believe it or not, they said in an interview, they made the referee smarter in a way that they can better tell whether something was a touchdown, a fumble, which they did great last year, but now they have a better telling of such, and that's pretty good in my opinion. I like how they've added that in. That seems like it's gonna get a little bit better from what it was before, and as I see now, which I didn't go in before, something bad that just happened where the QB was almost getting sacked, and he threw the ball up, and the defender or linebacker on the other team, he didn't actually even attempt to go after the ball that was up in the air, unless in real life they would actually go after it, which should be something that you should add into the game, where they would go after it, interception for such a thing, because it was right in front of him, and yet he didn't go after it. So I think that they should add that in for later times. As I think that's a touchdown for me right there. Yeah, there we go. Get a nice little curl route right there and get the touchdown. So it's pretty good what they've added into the game, and it seems to have changed a lot from what they have had last year, which is pretty good compared to how last year was just a full game. It was probably, excuse what my opinion says, you probably are going to have to say different, but it was better than Madden 11, and that's a big step forward for NCAA football, because for the last couple of years before NCAA Football 11, they were as so-called by either IGN and or GameStop or pretty much any reviewer, the little brother of Madden. And it's pretty good to see how my favorite my favorite game, I should say, for football has grown so much to become such a great game, and to become such a game that will give us so much more than Madden will offer us. And it's amazing to see how they've worked on the gameplay. Even though last year's gameplay was great, they actually took the time to work on the gameplay. I mean, they had probably about, the gameplay from last year could have lasted them 2 years. They probably could have made NCAA 13, and then they'd probably have to change the gameplay then, because people would get tired of it. But I mean, they could have lasted 2 years, yet they still worked on the gameplay. Just shows how much they put into their game, and it just looks like a great game. As I said, download the demo. This video is coming to an end. I actually have a part 2 to this video, so I'm gonna upload that soon. So see you guys later. This has been Sports Game Universe 101, and bye.
And he hits the PAT.